Let me talk about some more special transformation in IB math. Graphing y equals f of absolute value of x. F of absolute value of x reflects the graph to the right side of y-axis in the y-axis. Ignore the left side part of the graph. What's the meaning of this transformation? When we have f of absolute value of x, when x greater than or equal to 0, the graph stays the same. X greater than or equal to 0 means right side of the y-axis. So basically, this graph stays the same. And when x less than 0, the graph to the right side of y-axis will be reflected in the y-axis on this coordinate plane. We have, this is a 3. Here is a y-intercept and a vertex. So the right side of the y-axis, this will stay. And this part of graph will be reflected in the y-axis. It will reflect here. This is here, reflect. Then connect these 3 points. This will be the graph y equals f of absolute value of x. Graphing y equals absolute value of f of x. Absolute value of f of x reflects any part of graph that was below x-axis in the x-axis. Absolute value of f of x, it will be greater than or equal to 0, which means all graph will be above x-axis. That's the reason why we will reflect the graph below x-axis in the x-axis. The graph will be like this. Any part of the graph below x-axis will be reflected across the x-axis. So this is y equals absolute value of f of x. Graphing y equals 1 over f of x. The roots of f of x will become a vertical asymptote value of 1 over f of x. Vertical asymptote value of f of x becomes the zeros of 1 over f of x. B, if f of x greater than 0, then 1 over f of x greater than 0. While if f of x less than 0, then 1 over f of x less than 0. F of x greater than 0 basically means above x-axis. Then 1 over f of x still above x-axis. F of x less than 0 means below x-axis. Then 1 over f of x still below x-axis. Say f of x approaches 0, then 1 over f of x will approach infinity. If f of x approaches infinity, then 1 over f of x approaches 0. In other words, when f of x approaches infinity, then for 1 over f of x, we will have a horizontal asymptote line, will be y equals 0. Basically, that is the x-axis. Suppose this is f of x. We want to draw 1 over f of x. We have two x-intercept. They will be changed into vertical asymptote line. Let's draw asymptote line here. And here. This is x equals 3. X equals -1. This is when f of x approaches infinity. Then 1 over f of x approaches 0. We have a horizontal asymptote line here. For the vertex, it's 1, -4. 1 over fx will change into 1, -1 over 4. So it will be here. Then the graph like this. Very, very close, but never touch the vertical asymptote line. Then for this part, it's still above x-axis. So the graph like this. For this part of a graph, they will change into graph like this. Then all these three will be 1 over f of x.